Hey everyone, welcome to AGT time. Tonight we're talking about season 16 quarterfinals 3. Cody Patterson here along with
Along with Jay Bach. I am excited about getting through the quarterfinals. We've winnowed it down to just the semifinals and then the finals, and then we'll put the season to bed. So it was a fun episode this week. It was a fun. It's been a fun quarterfinals, and I'm excited to kind of dig down into it with you.
Yeah, this was a pretty decent quarterfinals episode. I'm not sure it was as good as episode 1, quarterfinals 1, much better than quarterfinals 2. But we'll kind of get into it and see what we think of the episode as a whole.
Yeah, quarterfinals 2. That was the one with all my acts in it. You weren't very high on that one.
Yeah, we'll get to what happened in quarterfinals 3 because somebody made a comeback.
All right. Well, let's jump into it here. We've got it's 12 acts performing tonight. The first one, they're just going to jump right to it. Unicircle Flow is the first act of the night. They were my top pick, the top pick off the board. And I was so excited to see them come out with all 12 of them instead of just the 4 or 5 of them in the first performance. Apparently they dumped the gentleman that performed with them and replaced him with 8 ladies. So
yeah, I thought I thought it looked great with all ladies. They were all wearing the same colored dresses. I'm not sure if he would worn a dress or some sort of dress looking outfit if he'd
I
been in it.
assume not.
Maybe they wanted everyone to look very uniform.
Yeah. Well, they looked uniform,
Yeah.
indeed, in not just their outfits, but in their performance, and they did all sorts of tricks.
Yeah. So would this be uniform circle flow?
Unicircle, uniform, uniflow. I don't know. It's fantastic. I love this act so much. It's in sync. It's a really really unique talent. It's mesmerizing. They do a lot of like cycling forward, and then sometimes they're cycling backwards, which is not something I think I've seen. Is unicycling in reverse. They do a lot of like standing up on the forks of the unicycle instead of sitting on the seat. Um, uh, they did a kind of a chain. They were all holding hands, like cross-armed, and then one of them spun, and the whole chain of them had to spin. They're doing all these really unique tricks. It's so fun to watch. It's graceful. It's beautiful. I can't say enough good about it, but boy, I was sweating a little bit at the end of the results show because Unicircle Flow ended up in the 6th, 7th, 8th spot. So they were up for elimination. And then America's vote, they put Michael Winslow through, and Unicircle Flow came down to the judges pushing them through to get them into the end of the semifinals.
Yeah, this was your number 1 pick overall, Jay.
I know.
And they had to go to the wild card game.
Oh, geez, Louise. Well, they snuck through by the skin of their teeth. It's crazy. They got a standing ovation from all 4 judges. It seemed like everybody was just enjoying the heck out of it. I'm not sure what America doesn't see in this. Why was this so hard to get them through?
Yeah, it's interesting because this is something that is new and unique and different, but it's not like weird. It's not strange. We'll get to weird and strange later on. But this is very graceful. It's very it's all of them are they're all in unison. It's dancing on a unicycle is what it is. So
yeah.
It's not something that's just way out there that America doesn't understand. America understands this.
Right.
So
their biggest mark against them was they had a couple of falls early in the performance.
Yep.
But they literally got back on and rode. So it was
they're true professionals. It was incredible. Just they almost didn't skip a beat. Once they fell down, they knew exactly where they needed to go.
Yep. Yep.
Yep.
Howie said, "Wow, that is amazing. I love the choreography. I love the strength. I saw there were a couple foibles, but you got back on and ride." Heidi said, "You guys all move with such grace. Half the time I forgot you were on unicycles." Sophia said, "It's mesmerizing. I don't think the show has ever had anything like this. It was spectacular." Simon said, "It was incredible. The fact someone fell only made it more exciting because it shows how difficult it is. This is what AGT, Las Vegas, Luxor is all about. You've given yourselves a real shot."
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's really high praise from the judges. I don't know how they fell so low, but I feel like this very first slot might be part of it. The very first act of the night.
Yeah, our good friend Steven Anderson tweeted that they put them in the death slot. So apparently this first slot's not is known to not do well for
Yeah.
acts. My only bit of criticism though, and I'm sure that they've tested it out. It's probably not their first time they've done it, but I wouldn't do the dresses. I think that probably can cause more problems. Um, it looks pretty when they're spinning around and they're float out. It looks very pretty, but I maybe the dresses cause problems where that's what caused them to fall. I think they could get caught in their feet as they're pedaling. I think the dresses could cause more problems than it's worth.
Interesting. I hadn't
Okay.
thought about that. I assumed it was just at worse, I guess it's what you said. It could get caught up, whatever. But like
Yeah.
the visual effect of them all spinning out like that is
Yep.
really cool. The I don't know. Does it push it sort of from a dance act into a danger act? Like, is that
Yeah.
maybe they need a little bit more fire on the stage? But
Yeah, I don't know. No, well, yeah, they had a lot of visual fire, virtual fire
yeah,
behind
yeah.
them on the screen.
All right. Well, that's Unicircle Flow. I loved them tonight. I thought it was great. And I guess this is a good spot for us to drop our Twitter handles and our business, because Unicircle Flow did in fact like one of my tweets. So kind
Name
of
dropper.
rubbing elbows with the big dogs here. Uh, but if you want to follow us, you can follow the podcast. It's at AGT Time Pod on Twitter. Cody's at Cody L. Patterson. I'm at One Man Bander. And I guess we could say AGT Commenter is at AGT Commenter. And if
Yep.
you want to follow us on other platforms, Facebook, Instagram, whatnot, and so forth, that's how you do it. So AGT Time Pod is a place to be. Did I miss anything there, Cody?
No, I think you got it all. Thanks.
Awesome. All right. Let's talk about the second act of the night then. We've got Anika. She is the like Janis Joplin hippie from New Brunswick, Canada. She had a really, really bad intro package.
We've seen intro packages like this before. I think Vicky Barbalak had one
But
similar to this.
that's what I wrote in my notes. Like, she
Yeah.
gave me Vicky Barbalak vibes, but it's like she's not a joke though. Like,
Right.
the producers wanted to make her a joke, and she's serious and she's good.
Yes. Yeah. And,
So
and Simon even called them out on that too.
he did, and we'll get to that when we do judges' comments. But it was, yeah, it was an unfortunate. What am I trying to say? Unfortunate video package that they gave her. Like, wires got crossed. She's not a joke act. She's not a joke. She,
Yeah.
I think, does what she does very, very well.
Yeah, we talk about the America's Got Feels a lot on this, Jay. But it'd be curious to have some sort of survey, and an actual survey or poll, not one of our Twitter polls. How many people vote for an act based on their intro package?
I believe I don't, but I also believe that I do. I don't mean to, but I think I do.
Okay.
Is how that comes. All right. So she's going to sing the song River by Bishop Briggs. Are you familiar with this song at all?
Not familiar with this.
Nope. No. All right. Somebody needs to call Sarah Ferguson and have her give us the what's for on River. Had a live band with her. She's got a real good like rock and roll persona. Got the headband with some sequin business on it. Sang the heck out of it. Is beautiful. it wasn't as like uh Janis Joplin-y. Like maybe I think she was a little bit more serious this time as well, right? Her video package went weird, and she went from like hippie Anika to like I'm kind of a serious performer, Anika, and I, I thought it was a pretty good performance. Thoughts on her performance?
Yeah, it was very rock and roll. I had down that she channeled her inner Brett Michaels. It looked because she had
Mm-hmm.
the Brett Michaels headband going. It was bedazzled. It felt very much like that.
All right, yeah. Heidi said, "I have to say you're one of my favorites in the competition. You give me Janis Joplin vibes. I think you're a gem." Howie said, "I love this lane, hardcore female rock and roll." Sophia said, "I think you're a rock star. I like this performance much better than the first one. I think people are going to for people are going to vote for you and fall in love with you." Simon said, "It was a million times better than the first audition. The film we made for you was horrific."
Yes.
So he agrees that the the direction they went with the video was not great.
Yeah.
Pretty high
It
praise for the performance though.
Oh, absolutely. It took me on the second watch to really understand that it was talking about the intro package. I thought initially he was talking about like the screen behind her.
Oh
Yeah.
no,
I was like,
the
man, that was actually
content.
pretty. Yeah, I was like, that's the what they had going on behind her was actually pretty much on point.
um, yeah, all around, I thought it was
Yeah.
a really really decent performance. Unfortunately for Anika, she's going to get eliminated while World Taekwondo and Brooke Simpson moved on around her. So she's not going to make it through, which is too bad. I think
Yeah,
that.
the first of many that went home for my team this week.
Yeah, sorry, Cody. um, yeah, a little unfortunate. But this was a pretty stacked week too.
Yeah.
Um, all right, let's jump to the third act of the night. We've got Leah Kyle, our quick change artist. She's on my team, my draft board. Uh, she um, I don't know her set, her performance. Like she's going to do her quick change performance. The set is like the world's largest walk-in closet. It looks like sort of dressers and all sorts of shelving and almost department store kind of around her. Um, there not only does she have like her outfits change magically, but like the colors of the outfits change magically.
Mhm.
And it's like it almost feels like a magic act more than a quick change act at parts. The way that the colors change and everything. Um, her boots changed from black to white. There was a little bit of a foible with one boot that
Yep.
it didn't go when she wanted it to. There was some parts of the performance that felt a little stiff. Uh, like I'm going over to my next set, and then I sit here and I wait for the trigger for the
Mhm.
costume to change, and then I'm sort of stiffly going over to the next portion of it. So there were parts that felt a little bit stiff, um, and then at the end, as her outfits tend to get smaller and smaller and smaller, which you kind of have to do for quick change. uh, at the very end, like a couple dresses along the sides go up in flames, and there's a smoke screen, and then poof, she's in a giant hoop dress. Like, where in the world did that come from? So it was a really really fun performance. Like I said, it was kind of almost as much magic as it was quick change. Quick change
Yep.
is already kind of magical. What do you think of Leah Kyle's performance?
Really like this. She introduced fire, which
Yep,
it's
we
always
love
points for me.
Cody loves fire.
We're pro fire on on this podcast. uh I like what else I like. Where was that? Well, the mannequins are really good. Oh, what I was going to comment on it. Last week Howie talked to Aiden Bryant about, hey, you may want to make your transitions from one trick to another a little more seamless. add something in to kind of make it better. She needs to work on that too. Like you say, there felt a little stiff at times. It was almost like it was multiple different tricks rather than like one long complete set. I think
Yeah.
she needs to work on that and kind of work on those transitions. But we've seen quick change artists, but not one like her. The changing of the colors was really good. So yeah, this was better than the first one. The first one was fun. This one was a little bit better. She did step it up some.
Yeah, I almost feel like I want to say that the tricks are an A plus and the
Yeah.
performance is a B. Right?
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
it's the performance isn't quite as good as the tricks, but part of her act is designing the tricks,
Yeah.
right? So, A plus on so many fronts, but just a little bit stiff in her actual performing it.
Yeah.
So
I did like that it was somewhat of a story. She had a set piece that looks like it's a storefront or like say a walk-in closet, dressing room, something along that line. So, she had somewhat of a story. I'd kind of like to see a little bit more of that story. Maybe the dresses kind of tell a story as well.
yeah, it'd be interesting to see,
Yeah.
or like something about it's a night out on the town, or I'm going out with my guy, and I've got
Yeah.
to pick my outfit, and there's some frenetic energy to it, or something that's like oh, I've got to try this one on, I've got to try that one on, I've got to try this on. Like there could be something that sort of brings us into it, like,
Yeah.
oh, I see what you're doing now. Be an actress a little bit.
Yeah.
So Heidi said, I loved it. I think it's perfect for Vegas. And I heard the audience, wow, whoa, wow, wow, whoa. Sophia said, I've never seen an act like that until I saw you. I'm hooked. I love it. And the outfits look high end. Simon said, I think you're a real star. I thought the audition was better than this performance, but it's still amazing. And Howie said, I thought this was better. Pyro, illusions, quick change. You're amazing. So, pretty high compliments from the judges. Simon is saying he thought the audition was better. Um, Between the two, I don't know if I agree or not. They felt very much on par with each other. All around, I
Okay.
thought it was a pretty fun, pretty great performance.
Yeah.
And she ultimately is going to move on. So we another one on the J team going through. So let's talk then about Curtis Family C Notes. They're a family band. They're from San Francisco. Their audition, they were singing some Stevie Wonder. They're the like 1970s, like bright color leisure suits, satin, like very boy, I'm having trouble coming up with the right words for them.
It's like
But
a modern day Jackson 5 type thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
big hair and
Yeah.
everything. They're gonna sing "Love Train" by the OJ's. Are the OJ's on the Cody Patterson playlist?
It's a good question. I mean, the Love Train's very popular song. I don't think it is, but it probably should be. Yeah.
Yeah. At minimum, I love their name, the OJ's.
Yes.
Uh, but
Not to
maybe
be
that's me.
not
I
to
don't know.
be confused with OJ Simpson.
Right. Yes.
Yes.
But the just being that how I'm a J, it's
There you go. OJ.
OJ.
Yeah.
All right. So interesting thing happened. They showed their video before the commercial break, and then they came back from the commercial break, and boom, the OJ's
Yeah.
performed.
Yeah, they do this almost once or twice a season, Jay, and I'm not sure I'm a fan of it.
It's weird. Like
Yeah.
why not go to commercial and then the video and then perform? I'm not sure what that allows them to do, but
Let me look at the timing real quick and see. Let me see here. So Leah Kyle, 4:44. She was one of the shortest ones of the night. So they probably planned that her act was so short that they needed to fill another minute, minute and a half. So they wanted to
so
go ahead
just
and do the intro.
like on that side of the commercial break. The commercial break
Correct.
needs to happen at about this time. Okay.
Yes. Yep.
All right. So if they kind of cut her short. That would make sense that they would do it that way.
Yep.
Boy, it didn't feel like she was among the shorter acts of the night, but that was
Yeah, she was. Well, she wasn't the shortest, but she was
second shortest.
second shortest. Yeah.
All right. All right. Well, uh, they are a spectacle on the stage, right? There's all these pops of color, and there's the big hair, and they're just a big, like literally a big happy family. uh, the song I thought was not A+, but pretty darn good. I felt like the best part was the end of the song when what do they call him, Daddy C. He points to each of the judges and he says their names, and he's like just really soulful about it. He's got a great soul voice, a lot of growl in it. For me, that was the best part of the performance. But all in all, uh, I thought it was a lot of fun. What did you think of the performance?
I agree. I mean, this song's really on brand for them. It's very on point for this family. I thought the lead singer daughter, I think was probably the lead singer in the audition. She is going to be a star. She is really really good. I thought the mom did better this time. I didn't like the way they had them. I didn't like the way that the mom did in auditions. She just kind of came in. I didn't think she was very good. I thought she was much better this time. Um, they're a lot of fun. I loved the 70s theming that
The
AGT
production
went
did,
with.
yeah.
That production did. They superimposed the singer with their little 70s logo.
Yeah, you've
It's
got
almost
like
like you're watching
the big head off to the side. They're not
yeah,
even
yeah,
looking at that camera that they're
yeah, like Soul Train or what was some of the other talent shows back in the 70s and the 80s.
Soul Train
Yeah,
is the one that I was
yes.
thinking of, but
Okay.
yeah, it's very much along those same feel, right? Same vibe. Um, Judge's comments. Howie said, "I love the idea, but it just feels like a '70s cover band at a wedding." Um, not
Yeah, I mean, he's not wrong, but
He's not
they're
wrong.
still no, but they're still good. They're still very talented, and they're
Yeah.
a lot of fun.
Yes, the fun
Yes,
factor has to count for something.
yes,
Simon said, "I love this family in their first audition. I would suggest don't let mom and dad make the decision on what you sing next time, though. You got to become current."
yeah. Didn't we get that comment either last week or the week before as well? Like, don't let mom pick what you're singing.
Uh, Boy, I don't remember.
Who was that? Well, go ahead.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
that is ringing a bell. You look it up. Uh,
Okay.
so I guess that kind of begs the discussion. Like, what song should they do? Like,
Yeah.
what fits their ability and their style? That could be current.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good question because I'm not the modern music expert around here, so
Yeah, me neither.
um, I'm not sure what you could bring in
What comes to
and
mind is
make it funk.
the song "Happy." I wonder if that one would be
Yes,
like
yes, that would make
that
me happy.
kind of a
Yes.
big party
Yep.
atmosphere kind of song. Like they could pull that one off. All right.
Yep.
Heidi
Uh,
said, "Oh, go ahead."
oh no. Comments. Go for it.
Heidi said, "I love you guys. I love listening to those old tunes." Sophia said, "You are a family and you do this together. It's so amazing. Your voices are spectacular. I don't know if this act is made for Vegas." So
I think it's right for Vegas. I really do.
yeah. Think
I mean,
about the people that frequent Vegas. They would love this
yes,
kind of stuff. Yeah.
yes, yeah. So I was thinking, I had my notes. Peter Rosalita when he sang Whitney Houston's "I Have Nothing If I Don't Have You." Simon
Yeah.
said the exact same thing to him. Don't sing a song like your mom chose it.
Yep. And so Peter Rosalita's mom is a lot younger than the mom and dad here in the Curtis family C notes.
Yeah,
That's the disconnect, right? Like
yeah,
she's choosing stuff from the '90s and they're choosing stuff from the '70s, so it's
yes.
a little different. All right, Curtis
Do
family
you
C
think
notes.
the kids listen to modern music?
Oh, I'm sure. I'd imagine that
Okay.
they listen to anything and
All,
everything.
okay.
But I mean, I don't know. Like uh, like I I hear modern music, but I don't try to.
Yeah.
Like I've kind of got what I like, and I like to stay in that lane. That's
Yeah.
sort of my thing.
Yep.
Um, so they unfortunately, Cody, are going to be eliminated from the
I
competition here
know.
in our results show. And I mean, maybe we can talk about it when we talk about the Chap Kids, but like, I expected them to go through
Yeah,
against
I
the Chap.
thought this was going to be. I got so excited because when both of them came up, I'm like, oh, it's a both of them go through. It's a both of them go through.
Oh
And then
man,
that didn't happen.
it's funny how we, what I do is
Yeah.
I assume that my acts just totally all home runs, grand slams,
Yeah.
and you guys like, oh, I'm picking all the little issues that I can. Oh boy, America's not going to like that, are they? But yeah, it's
I
usually
got
somewhere in
so
between those two.
I got so excited I was going to get 2 points in the same
Uh,
set there, but
yeah, well, you could have used it, but
yeah.
all right. So let's talk about the next act of the night. We got Keith Apicary, another one off your draft board. Um, his audition, in his video package, it's the judges even saying the audition is so unexpected, and so this time he says he's going to bring the danger. And he's going to start his act with his head like in a guillotine on the stage. And he's, Heidi, you have the code. I need to, undo these locks before the countdown from 10 starts or before it stops. And when he says that, it like cues the count from down from 10. He's like, no, I'm not ready. Heidi, what's the code? What's the code? And it reaches down to 0, and then nothing happens because it's totally a fake prop, and he's actually not in any danger at all. Saying something about danger acts. Okay. So he stands up out of the guillotine and he does his dancing. And it's like, it's a party, right? It's fun. There's confetti, there's streamers, there's balloons. It's like some funky kids music, really higher energy. It's fun. I don't deny that one moment. It's not good, but it's fun.
Yes.
What do you think of Keith's act?
So I get that he's making fun of danger acts here in the beginning, but I don't feel it fit with this performance. It felt
Right.
really really out of place. It's almost like they needed to fill another 30 seconds or so. So Keith's like, hey, what if I stuck my head in like a fake guillotine? And
Um, if you approach this like Keith is a comedian, then that makes a lot of sense.
okay.
I mean, it still is like out of left field, but
Yes.
Keith the comedian doing something funny like that is, like it fits in the world of Keith Apicary.
Yes, I will agree with that. It felt out of place for this performance though.
Yeah.
If that's what he was doing, he was doing like a carrot top thing where he's just like, making fun of like various things with props, being a prop comic for 3 minutes, then that's different. But his whole bit is that he dances to fun music, and he's a big gamer, so it's kind of had a little 8-bit scene going on behind him. And um, he had a foible as well where he ran into like a flag, and I'm not sure if that was planned or not because
Yeah. Was that
yeah.
on purpose or wasn't it? I suspect it was.
Okay.
That's my take on it.
Yeah, I want to think it was because there was just this lone flag just sitting out like off stage, and he just happened to like flip into it. So
Yeah, it was like a Mario block that he
Mario
would
block,
punch,
yeah, yeah,
right,
yeah,
with a
yeah,
flag coming
yeah,
out of it. Yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah. So he made it look like it was an accident, but I want to think it was not an accident.
Well, if there's one thing I know about Keith Apicary,
Yeah.
he's an actor.
Yes.
Like
That is correct.
he's quite literally being acted.
Yes.
But like it's high energy and it's fun, and I can't take that
Yep.
away from him. The Heidi and Sophia were both on their feet and dancing and enjoying the party. Uh, so he brought the fun, and I won't deny that. Howie said, "You're really funny. It's goofy, and you make people smile." Heidi said, "I forgot where I was for a second." I'm not sure what this is, but you make us laugh. Sophia said, I was dancing because I don't know what was happening. I just got into it. Simon said, I don't know what's happening. In the context of $1 million prize, though, this was terrible. So um, I think the message that I got from the judges was, I don't know what was happening, but it
Well,
was fun.
it, excuse me. Mm. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. And in the end, there was just streamers everywhere. And I don't know if you happen to notice throughout the episode, like streamers kept falling like
No, I was missing that.
throughout the show. Yes. So I think Brooke Simpson was up on stage singing, and like bits of streamer were still falling
Oh
down
my goodness.
from the rafters.
Well, I guess like that's on the production again, right? Like they really ought to design something that's not going to continue to be be an issue for remaining acts. All right. Well, no surprise. Keith Apicary, he's going to be eliminated. It was Keith Apicary and Leah Kyle come forward. The one of you going through is Leah Kyle. Sorry, Keith Apicary.
And he knew it. He knew it. I mean,
Oh,
when he stood next to her, he was even pointing to her like,
yeah.
yeah, she's
I
going.
think he might have given one of those like
Yeah,
bow to your greatness kind of
yeah.
motions. Yeah. Um, but you know what? I would enjoy hanging out with Keith Apicary for a day.
Yes, yeah.
It would be fun. It would be memorable. It might not be good.
I'd love to just sit and just play video games with him.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll give you that. Okay.
Yeah.
That'd be fun. All right. Let's talk about Michael Winslow. He's our 62-year-old voice instrumentalist. The dude makes noises. He is going to end up on the bubble at the end of the results show, and he's the one that America's going to choose to go through. So I was a little surprised by this. I thought I was going to lose him.
Blown away by this. I labeled it in when I was tweeting about it. It was an upset alert.
I think fair enough.
Yeah,
he's on my draft team, so I'm really pleased with this result. I'll take that point all day long, but I didn't expect it. So his performance, I guess, is going to be like the noises of Hollywood Boulevard as he makes his way to the Dolby Theater. And like there's street bikes and there's cruiser bikes and there's fire trucks and police, and then there's an animal parade and there's one horse that clip clops by, and then like a bunch of horses clip clop by, and then there's a duck and chickens, and then a deep fried chicken patty, and there's the security is using lightsabers. Like it goes kind of a little off the rail. He's like, what are my best noises? Let's just tell a story that incorporates all those. And then there's Simon Cowell's dogs, and the best part was it was Simon Cowell's dogs, and then he closes the door, and it's Simon Cowell's dog still barking from behind the door, and it was like, how did he make them behind the door? That's crazy. That's really cool.
that? Well, you think that was the Canine Stars, Simon Howell and
might have been
Bow Wowie Mandel and.
But I thought the effect of them from behind the closed door was a really cool effect.
Yeah.
There was a really long burp. Like he makes all these really amazing noises, and he does them so accurately. It just is mind-bogglingly good. But he really needs to hire a writer to help him.
Yes. So that's my only takeaway from this. He's a legend in the industry, an absolute legend, but he needs to tell a better story. I got the sounds of Hollywood early on, but then I felt like about a third of the way through, it felt like he just kind of abandoned that.
Yep.
And I don't know if he's got stand-up comedian experience or stand-up comedian chops, but that's what I feel like he needs to be. He needs to be a stand-up comedian that does these crazy voices. So he needs to tell better story. He needs to transition just like Leah Kyle and Aiden Bryant. You need to transition from one thing to another to make it one smooth story for 3 minutes.
Yeah. One thing that I'd love to see him do is maybe like, I think I might have even said this last time. Show a video, show a short story, show a scene from a movie, something that
Okay.
maybe we are or are not familiar with, and like you, Michael Winslow, you're the Foley artist, and
Yeah.
like it's you and your mouth. Go. I think that could be a lot of fun. Something where like the story is already being told, and he's the one, adding all the texture, all the flavor. Um, I think that would be a fun direction to take this. I think that it gives me whose line is it anyway
Yep.
vibes, right? Where
Yep.
Colin Mockery is doing the acting, and
Ryan Stiles.
Ryan Stiles is doing all the
Yes.
noises, right? And
Yes.
and they react to each other as he's making all the noises. Colin Mockery, like they could have so much fun with this, and like it have an improviser or an actor or a mime or somebody come act with your noises. That would be a fun way to take it.
Yes.
Um,
Mix it in with maybe one of the ventriloquists.
oh,
Maybe.
sure.
Yes. Yeah.
But they're kind of in the same lane. Where did
Yeah.
that noise come from?
Yeah.
So yeah, but he needs to do something a little bit different than like,
Yeah.
he could just stand up there and be like, one horse, clip clop, clip clop, clip clop, multiple horses, clippity
Yes.
cloppity, clippity cloppity, right? A
Yeah.
duck, quack, 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 right? Like he could do that, but it'd be better if there were a little bit more to it. But as we said, he's going to go through. He is America's choice of the fifth, sixth, and seventh place vote finishers after the first night. Sophia said, "You are such a unique human being. You are so entertaining. I'm glad you're here." Simon said, "Nobody seems to be doing better in their audition tonight. My job," and he responds, "My job is to help everybody forget about their rent for an hour," which, like that's kind of the comedian,
Yeah.
like let's just have fun together. But he doesn't quite have those comedian chops. Howie said, "You are a joy. People need to understand every one of those noises came out of your mouth. You're a true talent. You deserve to go through." Um, so pretty good stuff. And this is going to be a surprise for you, Cody. This is where I insert my podcast review.
Ah, okay.
So I've been listening to a podcast with my children. It's called Iowa Chapman and the Last Dog. And the dog is voiced by, do you want to guess?
Michael Winslow.
Michael Winslow. Good guess. Jeez.
Fell
So
right into that one, Jay. Fell right into it.
the dog in Iowa Chapman and the Last Dog is voiced by Michael Winslow. This podcast, it's like a movie length audio story from the producers. The producing company is Gen Z Media, and they have multiple other podcasts that they do. One really popular one is called 6 Minutes, and each episode is about 6 minutes long, and that 6 minutes theme kind of comes out throughout the story that they tell. And that world that they built in the 6 Minutes podcast is expanded upon in a podcast called Remy's Life Interrupted. And Remy's Life Interrupted started in the spring of 2020 as like the pandemic was starting to take hold, and they're like, everybody stop going to school and quarantine at home, and don't wear your masks, and do wear your masks, don't go out, right? And so like this Remy's Life Interrupted starts under this real world premise of, like, hey, I'm this young 10-year-old girl and I've got all this extra time because of the pandemic, but like this Remy's world starts to overlap with the 6 Minutes world in some ways. So like they've kind of built this whole like universe in the Gen Z media. But Iowa Chapman and the Last Dog is the podcast that I will review, that I did review, in fact, and it's a really great story done by a really good storytellers. So
Very
That
nice. Awesome. Nice
and
tie-in.
all that to say, you should stop and go review our podcast, please. Anything else to say about Michael Winslow?
No, no, great. Oh yeah, I
All
have
right.
two other comments.
All right.
One, uh he was totally shocked that he went through. He was totally blown away that he went through.
I think he was. Yeah. Good point.
Yes, yes. Yeah. And I had another one and I forgot it, and maybe it'll come back to me when we talk about someone later.
All
So,
right. If it does, that'll be that'll be fun.
yep.
I'll leave it up to our editor to put it in the right spot.
I will not. It'll stay wherever it gets recorded.
Okay. Let's talk about Brooke Simpson. She is on AGT Commenter's team. One of his, does he have 2 acts or 3 acts tonight?
He had 3 acts. He was
3.
anticipating 2 of them would go through.
Okay. We've got Brooke Simpson. She's the Native American pop singer, 30 years old from Los Angeles. She is
Is she from Los Angeles or is she from North Carolina?
she's from North Carolina, currently from
Okay.
Los Angeles, I think.
Okay. Okay.
Is what I've got in my notes. She says, in the Native American community, like dancing, drumming, singing, like it's the heartbeat of her community. She's going to sing Billie Eilish's Lost Cause. Is this a song that you happen to be familiar with?
Nah, I'm not
No?
a Billie Eilish listener.
Okay.
I know we had I think we had Billie Eilish song last year, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm sure she's come up more
Yeah.
than once.
Yeah.
Like it's a name that I've heard, but again, it's not the kind of music that I choose to listen to.
Yeah.
She does a good job with it. The stage production. Did you notice the fire on the stage, Cody?
I did. Yes.
Yeah. My note was she's a capable singer. It felt to me like a pretty forgettable performance. But she got a standing ovation from all 4 judges. So maybe I'm not a real good judge of singers. What were your thoughts on her performance of Lost Cause?
Yeah, I mean I wasn't familiar with the song, but I did enjoy her performance. I thought it was a lot of fun. The live band, she seemed to really give it her own. I've got it pulled up here. She's stepping away from the microphone, so she's not just staying at the microphone. I thought she really, really took control of it and did a pretty good job.
All right. Okay. Sophia said, I think you elevated this performance from your last. There are so many singers, but I think you've got a good chance of winning this competition. Simon said, I think this was the best performance of the night so far. This was you, and I felt your hunger. It was a great performance. Heidi said, you're incredible. I love you. Good luck. Howie said, she deserves to go through. I love the music. That was amazing. So the judges saw more there than I did, but like solo singers, I just don't have a lot of time for them. Like it's just not it's not what I'm here for.
No, it's not what we're here for. And I've mentioned this several times that I've come around somewhat on the singers a little bit this year. Now that we're in the quarterfinals, and I'm pretty much out of the fantasy game this season, I might be shifting my energy back towards some of the other performances.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you're certainly down, but not out.
Right.
You've got a chance to take some more points. All right, let's talk about Real Chris. They are from Ensenada, Mexico. They are the hand balancing brothers.
Yeah. Now be careful, Jay, because they are big El Salvadorans, right?
Colombian, yeah, El Salvador,
Okay,
Colombia.
Colombia. Okay.
My notes say currently from Ensenada, Mexico. Maybe
Okay.
they're
Yeah, because
performing there currently.
yeah, I think you're right that they're Colombia because they interact a lot with Sophia, who's also from Colombia.
Yes, they're
we got them.
really big on that tie.
Yes, yeah.
So they're going to be performing like on top of a platform. It looks like maybe a shipping container or something.
Yep.
They do
biker outfits.
Yeah, leather and they look cool. So they've got 4 sets. First, One brother's lifted into a handstand, like hand to
Oh,
hand.
this is gonna be great.
This is what you tuned in for,
This
guys.
is what we get. This is what we get. Yes, this is why we bring Jay for this right here.
Okay, so pay attention. Okay, one brother is lifted into a handstand, so he's hand to hand on one of the other brothers. Then he is tossed to the other brother, where he lands hand to hand. Right, so they're throwing, they're playing catch with their handstanding brother. Not bad, not
Yeah.
bad.
No, pretty good.
Okay, second set. One brother's going to lay on his back. He puts his feet on the back of the second brother's knees, and his hands are hand to hand, and he lifts his brother, so the second brother is horizontal to the ground. And while the second brother is going from vertical to horizontal being lifted, the third brother lifts himself off the ground by the second brother's ankles. Okay, so he's doing a handstand on the second brother's ankles, and the cantilever effect of the third brother pressing down on the ankles allows the first and second brother to let go of each other's hands, and they do that until the third brother dismounts, and then they go back to like standing. That one makes sense to you?
I love it.
I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
Sort of having the weight of one brother on your ankles and the weight of the rest of your body above your knees makes you balance horizontal. That's pretty cool.
Physics lessons, kid. Physics lessons, kids. Physics
Yeah, there you go.
lessons.
All right, the third set. Okay, the first and second brother do handstands while they are in handstand formation. They're back to back, and when you do a handstand, your head apparently creates a really great place for another person to like put their hands on the back of your head or on your neck. And the third brother does a handstand using the back of their heads. So they're all three, like sort of facing the ground. But that was pretty cool. Doing a
Yeah, that
handstand
looked
on the
like
back
it.
of people's heads.
That looked like it hurt. I mean, to kind of put pressure on the back of their head and the back of their neck. It looks like that would hurt a little bit.
I'd imagine, like, I can't do a handstand, but I
Right.
imagine, like, if I could, like,
Yeah.
it totally makes sense that I would have my head craned back like that, and it would be an easy place for a person to put their hand, and I'd be like, no, you're not going to push my face down because, like, it's, so, like, what are their sessions like where they come up with these new tricks? Like,
Yeah.
like, well, I could do a handstand. Like, what could you do on me while I'm doing a handstand? Do you think?
It's like one of them was like, "Hey, I'm gonna do a handstand," and the other was like, "Oh, okay, well, I can do a handstand, so I'm gonna do that." And then we're gonna go, and then the third one's like, "Hey, you guys stay right there for just a second. I'm gonna try something."
Nobody move.
Yeah.
Uh, I I don't know. Like their sessions have to be. There's a lot of trust between them, right? And
Absolutely.
and
Yeah.
something that sounds outrageous in a brainstorming session might turn out to be something really cool, and that's what they do. So they're
Yeah.
let's talk about the fourth kind of set
Yes.
that they do, and
Yeah.
then
This was my favorite. This was my favorite.
this was pretty good. Okay, so the
Yeah.
first brother, he's going to lay down face down on the ground. Second brother is going to lay down perpendicular to him on top of him, face up. So you've got one face down, one perpendicular face up on top of him. Uh, the first brother then.
If anyone is watching on YouTube and Jay's explaining this, it's the visuals much better.
I talk with my hands. So
Yeah.
podcasting really is not the medium for me, but here we are. Okay. First brother's laying face down. Second brother's laying face up, perpendicular on top of him. The first brother then is able to reach back over the second brother to grab his own ankles. So he's creating like a loop around the second brother. Okay. Now the second brother is going to extend his hand straight up, and the third brother is going to not just do a handstand on his hands, but he's going to do a backflip and land on the second brother's extended hands. Okay, so now we've got all three of them sort of in this position. The third brother is doing that handstand on top of the second brother's extended hands with the first brother around his waist. He's going to come out of the handstand, and he's going to put his feet on the second brother's knees and pull the second brother into the standing position with the third brother still in the loop around his midsection. And when in standing The second brother is going to push the third brother into a handstand above his head, with his the first brother still around his waist. So the second brother then is standing, one on his hands lifted, and the second one around his waist lifted. The first brother then he's going to let go of one of those ankles, and so he's suspended by just the one hand curled around his brother's waist. I don't know if that made a lot of sense. It did when I wrote this all down. It was really, really cool.
Yeah.
I really like these guys. Like I said, their brainstorming sessions, their ability to work together, their ability to trust each other, their ability to communicate. Like, hey, this might sound stupid, but what if I laid down and made a loop around? What if I was a belt for you?
Yeah.
um, I don't know. I think it's
Yeah.
cool. I think it's fun. What'd you think of Real, Chris?
I think it might be a little recency bias, but I really like these guys better than the Masadi brothers. The Masadi brothers were really good.
Yeah.
But I think these guys are a lot of fun. The fourth trick was probably my favorite, where he's kind of reaching behind to grab the brother, and he's leaning forward almost like he's like, and then he turns and kind of poses for the camera a little bit.
Yeah.
I thought that was really cool. And then the guy is, again, like you say, wrapped around him like he's a belt. These guys are a lot of fun.
They're a lot of fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
They ultimately are going to move on. Uh, they are
My
they,
lone point for the night.
Team Cody gets a point with Real, Chris. Um, you know, Masaudi brothers, Bello sisters, all
Yep.
three of them. I think stepping it up from 2 people to 3 people for a hand balancing act is definitely better. I feel like these
Now,
guys have
now, now, the Masadi brothers brought in their dad as well, right?
they did.
Yes.
That's true. Um, no, I feel like these guys have a little bit better stage presence than maybe some of the others. Like you said,
Yes.
they pose for the camera a little bit. They
Yep.
they have a little bit of that swagger to them. But all in all, they're pretty great. Sophia said it started good and then kept getting better. You guys are amazing. Simon said, looks like we have a competition now. The production was incredible. The amount of work, it was really, really difficult. Heidi said, you guys are so skilled. I liked the backflip onto the hands. And you did it with so much grace and ease. And Howie said, I have to say, you guys rose to the occasion. You deserve to go on. So pretty high praise from the judges. Yeah, not only can I not do a backflip, I can't do it, onto grabbing someone's hands. So
Yeah.
it just really, really impressive, work.
Okay. And I said a moment ago, it's the lone point I got for tonight. No, I actually got 2 points tonight.
Oh,
So
that's right.
yes.
Half of your points for the night.
Yes.
Okay. Well, yeah. Here's your other point. It's the Chap Kids
Yes.
from Team Cody. They're from California. They are. Do you remember Chap Kiss Dance Crew?
So I just did a binge watch of season 10, and apparently Chapkiss was on season 10. Do not remember them.
Okay, so let's imagine that you have an unforgettable dance crew, but instead of like adults, it's kids.
Yes, like Light Balance, but
It's
with kids.
no, it's like Chap Kiss, but with
Oh,
kids.
oh, okay, okay.
um, like they've already got 3 strikes against them before I even see
Oh,
them. But like because they're not they're not professional dancers. They're not great dancers. They're kids
yes, and some of them
dancing.
are kids. They said the age is 12 to 18.
Yeah.
Well, you got an 18-year-old, you got an adult. So
Okay. All right. All right. So here's honest to goodness, I had already kind of discounted them when they took the stage. They exceeded my expectations.
good.
They
Okay.
definitely did. Um, they so their outfits are worth talking about. It's kind of like a white outfit, but they've got like yellow sleeves that go from like the shoulders to the fingertips. This gives them some ability to do some like really cool kind of like optical illusions or shapes with their arms, with the yellow part against the white. Um, I don't have any notable moves that they did, any notable things that they did, but it was actually pretty good. What were your thoughts on Chap Kids?
Yeah, so they did spell out AGT with their arms. They had that.
Okay.
Okay. Before they started dancing. And then I think at the end they did a heart. So it was basically like a dancing marching band. Like if they like the camera would show them from the top and it almost looked like a marching band at some points.
Yeah, you know what? I wrote that it was kind of like High Steppers.
Okay.
The I don't remember their names. The Bells of Bell Plain, or I don't remember their names, but uh, the, uh, the High Step crew.
From last
Yeah,
year.
yeah. Who were they? The High Steppers, the High Kickers.
Yeah.
Like
Say it one more time, Jay. I'm not sure. Yeah, you got it. Is it the high
I said,
steppers?
I said the Bells of Bell Plain. Uh, the
We'll
high
we'll we'll
stepping.
we'll check on that.
Okay.
We'll yeah.
I didn't write it down, but like they had some of that same kind of, some of the same notes, right? Some of the same winks or nods to that direction. Um, so um, yeah, marching band kind of feel, but just the moving around part, not the musical part. Um, I would have preferred that they chose a something more different from white than yellow for their sleeves, right? If they had gone with black or red, or something a little bit more of a punch, I think that really um, could have done better than just the yellow. But all in all, I thought they were pretty great. 35 kids that showed up. Heidi said, "This is crazy. The energy is incredible." Sophia said, "To be so synchronized is incredible." Simon said, "The stage can make or break, and tonight it made you. By far the best act by a mile this week."
By
That's
a
pretty high
mile.
praise. By a
By a
mile.
mile.
That's an American mile, not a British mile. Uh, and Howie, I have his comment down as amazing. Um, so the judges higher praise than I had for him, but like I said, they exceeded my expectations.
So I'm looking back at last year's um notes and I'm not seeing. I mean, there's the Bone Breakers, which was not that.
No,
There's the Shape. There's Dance Town Family.
no. Are
Bad
you looking at
Salsa. Obvious. 15. Is it 15? Right.
uh were they the Emerald Bells?
Oh, the Emerald Bells. Okay. Yes.
That's
Yeah. Okay.
I knew it had
The
bells in it.
high kickers. High
Yeah.
kickers. Not
What
high
did I say?
steppers.
High
High
high.
steppers.
Hey, what's the difference? High kick, high step.
I think there would be some fraternities out there that would beg to differ with you on that one.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. That's the Chap Kids. It's like Chap Kiss, which is totally forgettable, but it's kids, so it's cute
Yes.
and totally forgettable.
Hey, I want to thank them for being the last pick of the draft. Well, my last pick in the draft and going through.
They were your last pick of the draft, and they still made it through. That's, you know what? That's not bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Let's talk. Do you have anything else to say about the Chap Kids?
No.
Okay. They're it's high kickers, but with arms. Okay, Storm Large. She's our 51-year-old singer. Her first performance, she's going to sing "I Got You Under My Skin." It's like real jazzy. In the wild card, did you watch the wild card on Peacock?
I did, but I don't remember what she's saying.
She sang "Cheap Tricks." "I Want You to Want Me."
That is right. Yes.
But again, real jazzy.
Yep.
This time she's going to sing Aha's "Take on Me," which is in the Cody Patterson playlist.
Yes. And
Okay.
funny enough, I actually watched the music video yesterday.
Oh, really?
I
Okay.
was scanning through YouTube for something, and I saw that the video had been remastered in 4K.
Oh my. Okay.
Yes, so it looks incredible
Have you
for
ever watched
40
the
years old.
the Take on Me literal music video where instead of the lyrics to the song, they sing they tell you what's happening in the video?
Oh no,
Oh my gosh.
almost like a
It's
commentary.
no, like
Okay,
they sing it to the tune of Take on Me,
okay.
but instead of saying Take on Me, they're saying, pipe wrench fight when they're having a pipe wrench fight.
Oh, okay,
It's uh it's 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 fantastic. It
okay.
really, like, and there's a couple dozen literal music videos that are worth watching. Take on Me is what introduced me into the world of literal music videos.
Uh-huh.
But oh, what is it? The safety dance is a
Yes.
classic. uh, it, literal music videos. So this is your assignment. After you rate us and give us a review, go over to YouTube and type in literal music videos. You can watch the Take on Me. You can watch the safety dance and any other good ones. Uh, um, what's the one? Turn around every now and then I get a little bit alone. Watch that one. They're also great. They're so fun.
Careful, Jay. We're gonna get dinged for copyright.
Okay, all right. That was less than 15 seconds, I'm sure. So, but okay. So back to Storm Large. Let's talk about her.
Well, so hold on, real quick.
Okay, let's not
So,
talk about her yet.
literal music videos. There's Totally Clips of the Heart, Take on
Yep.
Me, Safety Dance.
Yeah, those are the top three. If you just watch
Yeah,
those three, you've got a really great introduction to literal music videos.
Air Supplies, Making Love Out of Nothing at All. Under the Bridge.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Okay, okay,
All right. So spend some time with that.
nice.
This is worth your time. I promise you.
Okay, now we can talk Storm.
All right. Storm Large.
Yes.
So like she takes these songs and she kind of twists them and makes them jazzy and cool, not too jazzy, not too poppy. Like she kind of has her style. She kind of owns it. Like a slower jazzy ballad, right? Like this is the kind of music that I really, really enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
And I really, really enjoyed Storm Large. And I love that it's a song that we know the lyrics to. We know kind of what's coming.
Yeah.
But she is it's jazzy, right? So you don't actually know what's coming. And so I don't know. I love this. I love the style. It's I'm a big Weird Al Yankovic fan. And like he takes something that and twists it. And this is kind of that same thing, but twisting it differently.
Yeah, I think we've talked previously that you're a music comedy fan, but this is not really. But this is not really music comedy.
No, but
No.
it's very musical.
Yes.
And tangential to music comedy. Like it's taking something that we know and making it different.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
which are things we talk about all the time on our podcast. Hey, we want you to take a song that we recognize and make it your own.
Yeah, and that's what she that is what she does.
Yeah.
So unfortunately for Storm Large, we can talk about Cody. You didn't get a point for Storm Large. She was eliminated.
I was so hopeful in this one.
Man, I thought you were going to get the point, and then it was up against Unicircle Flow, and I was all okay. So Storm Large was in the 5, 6, 7 slot, right? She's on the bubble.
Yes, yeah.
And so Michael Winslow, he's the one that gets America's vote for the save, and then it's the judge's choice: Unicircle Flow or Storm Large. Unicircle Flow or Storm Large. And Sophia says Unicircle Flow, and then Heidi says Storm Large, and then Simon says Unicircle Flow, And then Howie says Unicircle Flow. And I didn't know what I knew what I wanted, but oh my gosh, I was so stressed out at this point in the production. Oh man. So I get the point for Unicircle Flow. My number one pick off the draft board, Storm Large, who I really, really like, is eliminated.
Yeah. So Howie, the one that always causes a tie, actually made a decision this time, and it didn't go in my favor.
Oh yeah. Um, all right. Storm Large, this is going to
Uh,
help catapult her career, I believe.
yes. So my only hope is that they bring her back as a wild card for semifinals.
Like literally twice as a wild card.
Yes.
Feels
Yes. Hey,
I don't know.
she's had to do the play-in game in March Madness, and then go to the 16 seed, and then so,
Yeah,
hey, she's in the double elimination of AGT.
yeah,
Yeah,
man, she is. Um, I I don't know. I'd love nothing more. Like
yeah,
maybe she can take this and like really just hit that bullseye, grand slam, knock it out of the park, hole in one, some other sports reference, an ace serve. Like maybe she can
yeah.
do it.
Yeah,
Uh,
I've kind of got the video pulled up here, and I love how they started off with her kind of sideways, so she wasn't facing the audience and the judges directly. She was turned sideways with the spotlight coming down on her. It was very, it's very very Vegas. I mean, this is kind of what we see in the movies.
yeah,
When they show a singer in the movies, they'll kind of be sideways. They're silhouetted against the spotlight. So it was a great start off for her, at least from a production wise. Good start for her song.
yeah. And I'll say like she's got like this purple hair and a beautiful red dress on, and like she's a striking figure. She's a beautiful woman. And judges comments, Heidi said, "You look like Jessica Rabbit tonight. You sing
Yep.
amazing. You're a force of nature. You have an incredible voice." And I think that Jessica Rabbit comment, like she is like sexy and vivacious, but not like like Jessica Rabbit is like totally over the top, and Storm
Well,
Large is
obviously she's a cartoon,
literally a
yeah,
cartoon.
yeah,
Uh, but yeah, like she's got kind of those a nod in that direction, right?
yeah.
Of the uh yeah. Sophia said, "You're the perfect package. Your voice is spectacular. You look spectacular. Your first song, you sounded more different, and this was not better." And I thought that was an interesting comment. More different, and
Yeah.
that's kind of how I felt about it, right? I've that jazzy style. She lost a little bit of that jazziness in her tonight. Um, Simon said, "I know where Sophia's coming from. I really like you and admire you. There was a rawness in the first edition that somehow got lost. It was too soft tonight, in my opinion." And how I said, "I agree that you're a remarkable talent. I don't know that was the best song choice." Um, so uh, I don't know. A lot of fun from Storm Large. I thought a pretty great performance. I see where the judges have some nitpicks, but all in all, I was really sorry to see her go.
Yeah, me too.
uh, okay, let's talk about our next act of the night. Klek Entos. He is our creepy magician. He wears a mask over his face that's got like a Rorschach blot on it. In fact, I think the Rorschach blot might like change shape as it changes temperature as he breathes in and
Yeah,
out.
it either does, like I think something happens when he breathes out, like when the warm, moist air from his breath comes out, it makes something appear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, in his video packages, he reminds us that he is the sum of all your fears.
Hmm.
Okay.
Must be a zero sum.
Nice. Uh, so, like, he starts talking about some cultures believe in the afterlife, some do not. After tonight's performance, you decide for yourself. And he's going to enter the stage with like a small bell in his hand. He's going to hand it to Terry, and for Sia's safety, do not ring this bell at all.
I would have just
So
gone like, I would have just waved that thing like crazy.
it turns out that the bell is totally meaningless. And
Yes.
also, uh, you decide for yourself if there's an afterlife, also kind of meaningless to this performance. Like, it's like, where's this stuff coming from, man?
I don't know. I don't know.
Yada, yada, yada. Flip through this book of pictures. Sophia is going to point at a picture, and he's going to select Lucy, and
Which was not the
Lucy.
picture that she pointed at.
Well, we're just going to gloss over the fact that she didn't point at that picture. No, Lucy is actually here on the stage with us, and the tablecloth moves a little bit, and we can see that she's making moves under the tablecloth. And then he pulls up the tablecloth off the table, and there's nothing there but the name Lucy carved into it. And when he drops the tablecloth, there's Lucy in Kleck's chair that he was sitting in, and the chair gets pulled back by some mysterious force behind the prop door on the stage. I don't know, like, it felt like mediocre magic tricks. Um, I'm not buying the creepiness.
No.
Um, I will
Sophia
say
Sophia Sophia played into it hard though.
she did. She did.
Yes.
Um, the one thing that we glossed over is he took a solid moment to light a candle. So like there was sort of this like what's going on kind of what's going on vibe. He gets the candle lit, and then he takes his glove off, and he holds his hand over the candle the whole time that he's doing his performance. And Terry, in fact, did confirm that the candle was real and hot. And he like burns his hand, and you can see like the black like ash soot on his hand. Um, was it cool? Maybe. Was it off-putting for me? Yes. uh like just the candle hand over the candle part of this, what did you think of that part of the performance?
Well, it was he did it in an interesting way. I'm not first I'll say this was not a good performance, but
Okay.
he did do that in an interesting way, because most magicians or illusionists or whatever would say, Terry, put your hand over this candle, and it, is it hot? Can please confirm that it's hot?
Yeah.
Whereas he said, hold your hand over this as long as you could. And then, so Terry put his hand over it and immediately took it away. It's,
Yeah.
oh, that's hot.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was an interesting way of doing it.
Okay.
So,
That's
but yes, the whole candle, mysterious bell, Sophia pointing at pictures, and then it turned out that the person she picked was actually the arsonist, not the one that died. And then this creepy person shows up in a chair and gets whisked away for no reason. Um, we I think as AGT viewers want things. We like mystery. We like things that are a little dangerous, but we don't want like scary. I don't think we want scary. We like things that are a little more light, a little more fun for AGT. And this was just weird. It was just completely weird and unnecessary.
The intention was to be scary, but like,
Yes, it didn't work.
yeah.
Yeah.
Who was Sacred Rihanna? It was
Yes,
a
sacred.
lot
That's
in this
exactly it.
very much the same
Yes.
vein. Like,
Yes.
you Lucy didn't show up on the stage of the Dolby Theater from, wherever she was out in New York when this fire happened. Like,
Yeah.
that's no, that didn't happen.
Yeah.
Like, if we had gone to your home, and like your home is built on the spot where this tragic fire was, and
Yeah.
like we kind of buy into the setting, but like the stage of the Dolby Theater, uh, I don't know. All right, Simon said it took a long time to get there and it wasn't a
Yeah.
great ending. Howie said, I totally disagree with Simon. It's like a horror film mixed with Darcy Lynn, because we can't see your lips move.
Yeah,
Okay,
and
all
actually, I
right.
think he said Darcy Lim,
Yeah, like Shin Lim.
like Shin Lim. Like, yes, would you go
Okay,
see a Darcy Lynn Shin Lim performance?
I would love nothing more.
Okay.
Uh, if it's a Darcy Lynn Shin Lim Kleck Entos performance, I'm on the bubble. Uh, but Darcy Lim, I'm in.
Yeah.
Okay. Heidi said it was strange and super creepy, but people don't like being scared. I enjoyed it. Or people do like being scared, she said, and I enjoyed it. Sophia said, I didn't enjoy it because I was afraid of what was going to happen. It started a little bumpy, but once you got going, it was great. So,
Okay. So, Jay, this is our long performance of the night.
how long?
Okay. Over under 8:15
8:15.
total.
Golly.
Not just performance, I'm total screen time.
Okay, so intro package
Yes.
of him like climbing out of the TV, the
Yes.
performance itself, and the judges'
Yes.
comments.
Yes.
Um, boy, 8:15 feels like a lot. Under?
8:32.
Oh no way, man! They gave him a lot of screen time.
Yeah. Oh, a lot of it was him trying to light his candle.
Uh,
So,
okay, all right, you cut that out, and I'm right.
yes.
uh, okay, so came to a mixed review from the judges. It's creepy. It's designed to be scary. Like, I don't know that America wants creepy, scary.
Yeah.
If they do, I don't know that this is the right way to do it.
Yeah. And he still carries around his axe, and I've yet to see him do anything with the axe.
He climbed his way out of the TV, I think, in the intro package.
Well, but I mean, talk about in the performance. I
Well,
want him to
how else
use
are you
the,
going to get out of a TV to get on the stage?
I guess.
Okay, all right. Let's talk about the last act of the night. This is AGT commenters, World Taekwondo demonstration team from various places. San Jose, California is where I have them listed as.
Yeah, they're part of from South Korea, summer from the US. So,
Okay. 24 members make up
yeah.
World Taekwondo demonstration team. They start with some guys that do like a choreographed routine. They've got like some like what are they, flags or staffs kind of thing. But watch out, some guys in red are going to attack, and they do like some pretty like high flying stage fighting. Uh, for some reason, they bust some stuff. They leave the stage. Some ladies come on stage. They do their routine. The guys come back on. They jump and flip and break some boards that are way up in the air. Um, like way up in the air. By the way, did I say that? Uh, they end their routine with a banner, just like the one that they had last time. Peace is more precious than triumph, which I think is a really great message, and I like this message. Like I'm into peace.
Yeah.
I'm not known as a particularly competitive person, as much as I am a peacemaker. So like the moves that I like the most is when a guy gets like hoisted up, or like he runs at somebody and they use their hands to throw them up in the air, and as they're like backflipping through the air, they bust boards. And then there's just like shrapnel all over the stage. um I thought it was great. I really like World Taekwondo. I believe they were AGT commenters first pick off the board. um
That would be correct. Yes.
they were, was it Simon's golden buzzer?
I believe so. Yes.
Yeah, like
No, Terry's golden buzzer.
Terry's golden buzzer. That's right.
Terry has made it very clear numerous times that this is his golden buzzer.
I did not pick a choir, everybody. I picked World Taekwondo demonstration team.
My golden buzzer
is not a choir.
and I think they talked about in their intro package that when Terry came down, they were very confused about what was going on.
Yeah. We're not certainly going to be his golden buzzer, are we? We're not a choir.
We're not from Detroit.
Yeah.
We're not from Detroit. So it's like,
not a bunch of nurses, not inner city. Uh, no, all in all, like they're a really fantastic group. They do some really amazing tricks. They get the 12th out of 12 spots. So it's the uh, position that you're left remembering. What? Give me Cody's thoughts on World Taekwondo.
Yeah, this was a lot of fun. My only question is, what is the point of the people dressed as death and holding sickles?
The sickles were like 10 feet tall, and they kicked them.
Did they? Okay.
Yes, that was the point of them, to get
Okay.
kicked.
Okay. This was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. I like the banner that they did at the the horizontal banner they did at the very end. There was another one that they dropped from, I think, one of the
Yeah.
flagpoles or whatnot. That seemed a little hokey.
Hmm.
Um, but as far as what they do, I think that that's a minor thing. But their precision is great. They bust boards all over the place. They leave shredded wood all over the stage. They have to be the last one because the cleanup crew, it's a nightmare for the cleanup crew. You already had Keith Apicary and his massive amount of
Maybe we should have put
streamers.
Keith Apicary last.
Would you
No?
want
Okay.
him in the last spot?
No.
Okay.
So very no.
The screen, the production screen in the back looked fantastic. It had kind of a storm. So we just talked about Storm Large. Well, we had another storm going on here. So all in all, really, really good.
Really, really good.
Yeah.
Simon said, I love you. I love your message and your talent and your ambition. This is what AGT is all about. We will be seeing you in Vegas. Sophia said, you guys are fascinating and amazing. America will go crazy for you. Heidi said, it's a beautiful, controlled chaos. I'd buy tickets to see you in Vegas. Howie said, you're a mixture of a great message, dance, and strength. It's like a Marvel movie, the musical. In my opinion, this was the best act of the night. So, if you're going to get the best act of the night and you're the last act of the night, that's a pretty good spot to be in.
Yeah. But wasn't Brooke Simpson the best act of the night? And wasn't
Back when Brooke Simpson performed, she
yeah.
was.
And Leah Kyle, I think, was the best act of the night.
Back
So
when she performed, yes. But funny thing
but
about
Aiden
time.
but Aiden Bryant is the best performance they've had since they've been at the Dolby Theater.
Well,
So
that's debatable. um, yeah, they're a golden buzzer. They're a worthy golden buzzer. They fly really high. They do amazing tricks. They create a lot of shrapnel. I think high praise from the judges is pretty well deserved. I kind of liked this Marvel movie, the musical. I thought that was kind of a fun, uh, a fun idea. Like, what if, um, how could they take that and run with it? Right? Could they go with like Marvel characters and create some sort of like sharks versus jets stage fight? I don't know, but
well, wouldn't it be Civil War, but the musical?
the Civil War, the musical.
Yeah.
Civil War comes with a little bit of baggage, but Marvel Civil War
Civil War.
maybe.
That's what I
Yeah,
mean.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Captain America Civil War.
But you have to be clear that it's Captain America Civil War
Yes,
and not
yes, yes. Not the war, not the actual war. No.
not Gettysburg Civil War.
No, 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 no,
I,
no, 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 no. Not Bunker Hill. No.
I I don't know that World Taekwondo demonstration team doing World Taekwondo style reenactment of Gettysburg is going to get a lot of votes.
No, it's obviously Jay, Captain America Civil War.
Oh, that Civil War.
Yes. And then you bring in Tori Vagassi to be Black Widow.
Oh, there you go. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So there you go. World Taekwondo is going to end up moving on. They were brought out against Brooke Simpson and Anika, both World Taekwondo, and Brooke Simpson moved on when Anika was eliminated. So um, they're going to go through. So in the draft board, we've got current results. What is the current standings
So
in the
yeah, so
draft?
in the draft, so AGG commenters leading with 9. You are next up with 8, and then
Nipping on his heels.
I'm bringing up the rear at 4.
Also ran.
Yes.
Now, if you end
So
up with like first, second, third, fourth place,
I was getting ready to say I need a clean sweep the rest of the season.
you're going to do okay. But
Yeah.
yeah,
I do have one possible winner. I have a possible winner
who do you believe your possible
Jimmy
winner is?
Harrod. Jimmy
Okay.
Harrod,
Yep.
yeah, is a possible winner. That's pretty much it. I don't think Kabir can win. I don't think Real Chris can win, and I'm pretty sure Chap Kids won't make it past semifinals.
Rialkis
So
could certainly be top 5.
yeah, maybe yes, yep.
Yeah, I think Jimmy Harrod's probably your front runner. But yeah, it's maybe not looking good for a team Cody. Yeah, all in all,
Can we real quick talk about the results show?
yeah, let's
Okay.
please. So like we've kind of been through all the like who went against who came against who. Do you want to talk about the little bits that they did?
We can talk about the bits. Also, we had Shin Lim and Lindsey Sterling.
Yeah, those we had Shin Lim and Lindsey Sterling. So Lindsey Sterling is a dancing violinist. So picture Brian King Joseph or Tyler Butler Figueroa.
Don't picture Tyler Butler Figueroa. No,
but a female and better.
Yeah, and can dance.
Yeah, like I said, better.
Yeah. Season 5 quarterfinalist. So we will get to her soon in our rewatch.
By soon, you mean like in the next few years?
I'd say within the next year we'll get to her.
All right, we're planning to rewatch seasons. I assume in order. We've done 1 and 2. Go back and listen to those if you want, and then review our podcast on iTunes. But yeah, so we'll plan to get to season 5, and we'll watch Lindsay do her performances and do the Lindsey Sterling thing. It's going to be a little while before we get back around to Shin Lim.
Yes.
So in their performance, like Lindsay, she's gonna dance and play her violin, not fiddle, and Shin is gonna do card tricks and like cards moving around, and it's over here, it's over there, and
his over dramatization of his card tricks.
I'm gonna rub my hair,
wafting some hair. Yeah, he did forget to comb his hair though.
Like this was a fun performance. I would have never thought to like put those two on the stage together.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think that's a natural combination. But he did in fact do a couple tricks that involved Lindsay and her violin. Did you have something more to say about that performance?
No, I think I was more excited to see Lindsey Sterling than to see Shin Lim. Okay. But his tricks were pretty good. He's probably not used to having someone like that on the stage with him. He's probably just very used to doing the tricks by himself or with someone up there participating with him. I thought he integrated very well into having her on the stage and pulling her into his act. So it was fun. It was fun.
And Shin is a trained pianist as well. And that's how the act started, with him sitting down to the piano and playing, and then Lindsay joins him on stage. So, that was kind of a nice use of that. Do we need to talk about Darcy Lid?
Yeah, I mean, we can talk about it, but they're really pushing Darcy Lynn this season.
Boy, okay, I am total Darcy Lynn fanboy. Like I love her and adore her. Did you know that she's driving now?
Yeah, and she has a Simon puppet.
Yeah. So, okay. This is Darcy Lynn's worst performance ever.
Ever. I mean, her last performance wasn't great, but this was pretty bad.
Darcy Lynn, not an actress. Um, if you have a ventriloquist puppet on stage with her, like let her do the voice, please.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Darcy Lynn is now driving. There's going to be a Simon ventriloquist doll in the back seat, and Howie is going to give Darcy tips on how to be a driver, how to drive, and he's going to very slowly be a terrible driver and run over cones and back into cars and just make a mess of things. That's the act. It's
Yeah.
not funny. It drags on for wait. Did you put a clock on that by chance?
I didn't. I
Oh
didn't.
my
I can't.
gosh.
I can. I've actually got it up here, so I can do that real quick.
It went forever.
Yeah. And the biggest thing my the biggest thing I noticed about this, she said she rented that car. Okay. She's 16.
No, she didn't. Her parents did.
She cannot rent a car at 16.
No. Yeah. So, okay. It was stupid. Don't let that taint your vision of how great Darcy Lynn is because she didn't ask to do that. That's my 2 cents. Um, yeah. Otherwise, like we can kind of go through the results real quick. Michael Winslow goes through. Unicircle Flow goes through. We've got Real Chris, Leah Kyle, the Chap Kids, and World Taekwondo and Brooke Simpson. We lost Storm Large. We lost Kleck Entos. We lost Keith Apicary. We lost the Curtis Family C Notes, and we lost Anika. So there's kind of the long and the short of it all. Um, this was a fun episode. Like you had some really fun acts that unfortunately got eliminated tonight.
Yeah. Yeah. So Darcy Lynn, how long do you think it went? How long did it feel like it went?
A year and a half. Okay. I think that bit ran for 6 minutes.
It was really only like 3 minutes.
Was it really?
Yes.
Boy, Howie slowly backing over traffic cones is really boring then.
Yeah.
It felt like twice that long.
Yeah. So real quick, final thing. Do you want to talk power rankings?
Sure. Yeah, let's talk power rankings. We haven't done that yet. Let's see. I've got them pulled up here. See, you and Commenter had World Taekwondo as number 1. I ranked them as number 2 after Unicircle Flow. I had Unicircle Flow number 1. You had them 3 and 4. Where are our big discrepancies here?
Keith Apicary.
I don't know that that's a big discrepancy. You had him 9.
I had him 9. I mean, that's right
him,
on the bubble. It's right on the bubble.
12th is a joke act.
Okay.
I think the biggest difference I see is on Brooke Simpson. I found her pretty forgettable, and you and Commenter both had her number 2. I had her number 7.
Yeah.
Leah Kyle, I had his number 4. You and Commenter had both at number 7. So
yeah,
that's another pretty big discrepancy. Curtis Family C Notes, I ranked clear up at number 3. And you and Commenter had them clear down at 8.
He and I were pretty close on
you
all
were.
of this.
You guys really were jiving.
Yeah.
I'm not really good at setting aside my biases, like team one man bander. I feel like maybe I feel obligated to put them as 1, 2, 3. I don't know. Or well, I can't put them as 1, 2, 3, but what if I put them at 2, 3, 4? Would anybody notice?
And then you had Chat Kids at 9, whereas he had him at 3.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. I've talked about Chap Kids. They're They're like Tap Kiss, which is totally forgettable, but kids, so extra forgettable. They're lucky they made it as high as 9. They exceeded my expectations, so they got all the way up to 9. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, if anyone wants to send in their power rankings for the quarterfinals, you still can. Go and send them to us before semifinals start, which will be next week. So our anticipation, 2 weeks of semifinals and then finals. So 3 weeks left.
Yeah. Yeah, 3 weeks, and then we'll take a short little break to catch our own breath, and we'll be back in the off season with some rewatchables. You and commenter will do some rewatchables, and we'll kind of jump back into the season rewatches with season 3.
I can't wait. I'd love to get back to season 3. Yeah. Neely
All right.
Boyd, winner, season 3. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, it's jeez Louise.
R.I.P. Neely Boyd for big, even bigger spoiler alert.
Yeah,
R.I.P.
geez.
Neely Boyd.
Oh man. No, like I told you, season 2 is where I started watching America's Got Talent. I've missed very few episodes between here and there, or there and here. I don't know. But yeah, Neely Boyd, he was, I think, a capable winner, and we're sorry to see him pass. What's that? I think more than a year ago, right?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
But yeah, unfortunate to have a winner pass. But there you go. That is the end of quarterfinals. Semifinals ahead of us. Finals beyond that, and it's.
Did you happen to write down who's performing next week?
I didn't.
Okay.
I think if we went to the AGT wiki, we might be able to see who's on the next episode. If you could fill just a moment of time for me, we'll see.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have really a whole lot to banter about, so we'll just kind of fill some time and talk for a minute. Hey, I was kind of checking our live stream. We got a few people watching, so drop us a comment in the chat window if you're watching on the YouTube. We'd appreciate that.
You guys are welcome for such awesome content.
We're planning to be okay. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Performing next week, we've got Aiden Bryant, Justin Tavella, the magician. Aiden Bryant's the self-trained aerialist. We've got Gina Brione, my stand-up comedian. Jimmy Harad, your golden buzzer. Korean Soul, the boy band. Madeline Bailey, the YouTube star singer. Michael Winslow, the voice-instrumentalist. Peter Rosalita, our kid singer. Tori Vagasi, the princess impersonator singer. World Taekwondo demonstration team. That's the World Taekwondo demonstration team. And then,
in case you all didn't figure that out,
and then a wild card act.
Ah, yes.
So
that I'm hoping it is. I'm hoping it's Storm Large.
That I believe is next week, and then the following week is the other acts. I don't have that list in front of me.
With another wild card, maybe.
Let's see. Yeah, I guess there's a greater than 0 chance. Yeah, I don't have that list of who would be coming through.
No, just one wild card, because 7 went through each round. That's 21. One wild card to make it 22. 2 shows of 11.
Do you think they'll narrow it down to the top 5 from each of those episodes? Then we'll have a final.
I think
10?
5 will go through. I think 5 will go through from each round. Okay. Yes,
it's possible that it could be 6.
They might do a top 12. Yeah,
but yeah, 10 feels like the natural number.
Yeah,
for some reason.
Which is why they're going to do 12.
Because why not?
Because it's not a round number. So
yeah, there you go. It's divisible by 1, 2, 3, and 4. 10's only divisible by 1 and 5.
Okay, if you want to reach out to us, you can hit us up on Twitter and Instagram at AGT Time Pod, Facebook as well, AGT Time Pod. We go live each Thursday night, 9 o'clock Eastern time, 8 o'clock Central, 6 o'clock on the West Coast, 3 o'clock if you're in Hawaii. So catch us online every Thursday. On our YouTube channel, also agttimepod@gmail.com. Rate, review, comment, all that type stuff. We will be back next week for semifinals one.
I'll see you next Thursday at 3 o'clock Hawaii time.
Hawaii time. Yes.